Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to thank you, first of all, for making a great decision to listen to the C Show here, unlike our friends Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise. So we're gonna take it back, and we're gonna talk about this because have you guys heard about this?
Oh yeah.
Have you heard about this at all? Oh, okay.
No,
all
I
right.
have no idea what you're. I thought this was a bit.
No, so Nixon Newell, who was at Bell to Bell Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
She was in the main event against the notorious Mimi.
Oh yes.
She was fantastic. So she and her real life partner and in-ring partner, Miranda Elise, competed against Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne on the November 1st Collision, right? And it seemed really to be a tune-up match to let Shafir and Bayne get comfortable, right? Penelope Ford's out injured. Shafir's joining Bayne for the women's tag team tournament. And again, it just seemed like kind of a squash match, right? Like it just kind of seemed like, hey, we're getting these two women teamed up, letting them like work together for the first time. And then Miranda and Nixon, you're here to like prove yourself, right?
Yeah, you get TV time.
Exactly.
Like you get TV time right now.
So a week later, allegedly, and it would popped off during the show that Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise did not show up at all for the taping. So on November 11th, PW Insider, this is from WrestleZone.com, had reported that Nixon Newell, formerly known as Tegan Knox in WWE, and Miranda Elise walked out of the November 8th AEW Collision taping after they refused to lose to TJ at the event. However, a recent report from Fightful via Fightful Select has revealed that wasn't the case. The new report states they did not refuse to lose the match, but had requested more time after being informed that it would last only 3 minutes. Listen, I'm never complaining about only lasting 3 minutes. The two left about an hour before the show after they were told the time for the show had already been budgeted and set. There were reportedly concerns about Bayne selling for Newell and Elise. However, since she and Shafir being established as a strong new team, that wasn't a decision Bayne could make on her own. Another source also claimed that the frustration on Megan Bayne's face during the match was legitimate due to what appeared to be a lack of cooperation on some of the spots. And then afterwards, there were pictures that popped up of Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise at a bar. Later on Twitch, Nixon Newell defended herself and said, "I'm an alcoholic, but I'm allowed 10 drinks a month." So,
Good plan.
what a wild turn of events for Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise. What are your guys' thoughts here?
You're not really in the spot to be like, I don't want to win like this. Like you're not that like that comes with certain level of, however you want to put it, buying power, trust, right? Butts and seats, draw, yada, yada, yada. Like you're not in that position and you should just do business.
Yeah, you can't have, the ego. I mean, people are you're always going to find more work, being real. And yeah, I'd be annoyed too, only getting 3 minutes, but
Yeah.
But like, hey, some people would kill for 3 minutes.
I feel like that's the game though, right? Like when I talked to Leo Sparrow a few months ago, he was like talking about how he just got picked up randomly. Like he was backstage, he was like of a selection of wrestlers of talent, and they just were like, "You, okay, all right, this is a part of the entertainment business." I was listening to podcast about John Landis and the Twilight Zone movie. Like that's how John Landis got his start, was just like being around. That's how a lot of dudes got their start. So I think it's just kind of it's kind of sad in a way to see how this is going and sort of the reaction to it. And we hope that Nixon and Miranda turn it around. I had something snarky to say, but
Be nice.
Yeah. I'll be nice. And then I do want to remind everybody that this is a podcast for wrestling newbies. Connor and Jared may be lapsed fans. They watched a bunch as kids. And I'm sort of all new to this, and people ask me all the time. They ask me all of these wrestling questions, and sometimes I feel a little ill prepared for them. However, a friend of the show, Aaron, shut _ the Zuck up on Instagram, underscores between all of that. nice guy, great guy. He asked me earlier today, was there any beef about the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, gimmick kind of copying Ric Flair? I mean, I guess rich guy gimmicks are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Did we actually introduce ourselves? I feel like
we haven't gotten to that yet.
Hi,
okay.
I'm Jared.
I wasn't sure if that was the plan or if we, it just slipped the...
Connor is also on this episode.
Hit me. All right, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
We like said our names kind of in passing as we were kind of pointing around.
I was going to do it after the intro.
Hey, man, this is not mine. This is not my square. I'm just trying to make sure we fucked up before. I'm trying to keep us from fucking up again.
And we are
collectively.
And we are recording this time, too, right?
Yes, the dot is on. The dot is on.
Us.
You all don't know that, but it's happened.
Yes, you are listening to the C Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
I'm also Connor. Wait, no, I'm Jared.
Okay, but getting back to it. So this kind of came out of Aaron and I were talking about Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream, Son of a Plumber, the Hard Times promo, right? And Ric Flair, right, was the heel to Dusty. And then you have Ted DiBiase, and I brought up Hunter Hearst Helmsley to a degree, right?
Yeah,
a high society character. What was the other one that I brought up?
I mean, it's like the most classic thing in all storytelling. Rich versus poor.
Yeah.
Cowboy, Hangman versus rich guy. MJF even somehow plays with that a little bit with the
Burberry,
with the Burberry scarves and the Judaism. I'm allowed to say that. None of you at home are, unless I assume Aaron Zuck probably can too. But
well, the other character I thought about too was Erwin R. Shyster, too, a character who is not a wealthy character, quote unquote, but like a representative of the state essentially and the state's financial interests.
Yeah, as a whole, there's always been a bunch of these. I think from my time watching JBL, once he stopped being Bradshaw and started being John Bradshaw Layfield, best-selling author and stock trader to millions of dollars. But even just going back to before this, like, even if you want to talk about like the idea of the Nature Boy, like Ric Flair took that from Buddy Rogers. They even had a match to see who was the official like Nature Boy. And like I've heard different things about Nature Boy. Like apparently part of it, he wanted to be like the Natural Boy, kind of making fun of like his bleach blonde hair. But it was kind of weird to be like the Natural Boy.
Yeah.
Because also they've said the Nature Boy is like, the dirtiest player in the game. And again, all these things just always build off of each other. And there were different ways they did it. Ric Flair would always talk about flaunting his wealth, things in that. Like Ted DiBiase, the WWE would literally give him money after shows, be like, wherever you go to dinner, pick up everyone's check. Like that's how much you're playing this character. Like, so it's all the same. It's all different. That's why wrestling's cool.
And Aaron, he asked me, he was like, was Dusty really the son of a plumber? And I was like, that's the magic of kayfabe. Does it matter? Does it matter? But yeah, if you humble listener, are listening and or watching wrestling and you're thinking, geez, I don't get this, or I have a question about this, we're here to help. We're here to help here on The C Show.
And if you root for the rich people, you're probably a Republican.
All right, welcome back to The C Show. We're going to try to blast through AEW Dynamite from the 5th, Collision from the 8th, and then Blood and Guts on the 12th. I feel like Blood and Guts really feels like a pay-per-view, honestly, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later, but it kind of just makes sense here to do sort of a PPV style episode here. So we get right into it. I wanted to start off with the first of 3 men's Blood and Guts advantage matches: Orange Cassidy of the Conglomeration versus Claudio Castagnoli of the Death Riders.
So I'm back. I'm already jumping all the way in here.
Yeah.
One thing there were some promos before this that were more setting up for full gear, so I know we can skip them. I need to acknowledge how Hangman said that to Samoa Joe, "I will beat your ass in my Wranglers."
if you want to handle your problem, I will beat your ass in my Wranglers. And this is leading up to a match of the Ops versus Hangman, Hook, and Eddie Kingston for the Trios title.
Sorry, too good a line to pass up. We can jump back to our advantage match.
Too great of a line. But again, Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli of the Death Riders. So this series of matches determines which side has the advantage during Blood and Guts. This is the first of 3 matches. It's a series of 3. So if it goes to like a 1-1 draw after the second match, then we go to a third, etc., etc. I think my move of the match is simple here. It's Claudio picking up and lifting Orange Cassidy over his head for another slam, and then picking him up by his waist. Orange Cassidy does turn this around for Hurricane Rana off the top rope for a drop kick on Claudio. Do you guys have any moves here you want to shout out?
Just all of Orange Cassidy's DDTs. I literally just wrote DDT's crazy style because he always just throws himself around recklessly.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this was Lid's first experience watching it with me since we kind of started back, and loves Orange Cassidy's whole bit. The whole gimmick is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it fits.
It is. It's starting to grow on me. I didn't like it at first. It is starting to grow on me. It's really fun to watch.
That Claudio guy is strong.
He's scary.
That's all I gotta say.
He's scary too.
That man's strong.
Oh, absolutely. The finale here, though, is after an attempted Liger bomb into a Rana and another slam by Claudio. Danielson laments about receiving an uppercut from Claudio previously. Cassidy counters into a stun dog millionaire, and Cassidy counters for the pop-up uppercut. It's enough for Orange Cassidy, and Claudio pins the win. 1, 2, 3. A hype here for the match between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. Renee Paquette moderating this discussion. Of course, Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis by his side. Why did I forget what I was going to say there? Basically, this just leads to it coming to the stipulation of if Briscoe loses, he has to join the family.
Along with the stipulation, there will be no DQ.
Oh, yes.
Which is incredibly exciting because Briscoe's a maniac. Like we saw in Blood and Guts, we'll talk about later. I don't get ahead of myself. Like, he has a history of being that dude. So I'm so excited to see what him and Kyle Fletcher can do.
Well, what we saw previously between Briscoe and Fletcher with all of the attacks around the ring, I'm not sure if you saw that or not. I believe that was at Wrestle Dream. And that was an insane match because it just immediately he was just like, oh, yeah, we're going to throw out like a couple hundred tacks onto the floor immediately. Renee also talked to the Young Bucks with Don Callis and Josh Alexander. The Bucks, again, are they going to join the family? Are they not going to join the family? Callis did get them an Escalade and a care package from the airport. Of course, the entire family comes in, including Kazuchika Okada. The Bucks are overwhelmed. Callis reminds them to take their time, but Okada remains. Don't take too much time. He reminds them. In a matchup for the women's tag team tournament, we've got Mercedes Moné and Athena versus the Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. I think Willow and Harley are one of the best matched up teams. Obviously, you've got the Timeless Love Bombs, Tony and Mina, but they just feel so perfect together. Like, their vibes play off perfectly. I really like it. Willow Nightingale is so much fun to watch as well. Do you guys have any moves here?
The main thing I want to talk about is when Willow has, I didn't put in my note too, but picks them up, does like a pause as she's swinging them around, then brings them back the other way for like the sidewalk power slam. Like, that's just unbelievable. Again, just like, what a great feat. Like, stop the momentum, bring it back the other way. I love Willow.
Willow is truly like one of the MVPs of the women's Blood and Guts match, and just so much fun to watch. I think my move of the match is Athena's Samoan drop with Willow on her back, and Billy Starks comes in right after that. But of course, Mercedes Moné is attacked by Chris Statlander. Willow gets the power bomb. Harley neckbuster on Athena. Pin 1, 2, 3, and they advance. The Babes of Wrath. What an upset. They're to face the Sisters of Sin next. Next up here, we've got Tony Schiavone with big news. Tony Khan, again, this is not confusing at all, folks, announced a casino gauntlet match at Full Gear for the National Championship, which is a new title AEW is going to have. Apparently, the most recent national championship on TBS was over 40 years ago. I'll talk about this more later when we preview Full Gear, but the press release states that the national championship is a storied, prestigious professional wrestling championship representing the top prize in the NWA's Georgia Championship Wrestling, one of the top promotions in the entire country. The title hasn't been on TBS since 1986. There's a little controversy around that.
Stay tuned.
We get some of our first announcements. Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley. MVP comes out. He has to make sure that it's actually Tony Schiavone after the shenanigans during Fright Night. The Demand also come out. Ricochet says, as an Eagles fan, he doesn't want to stay in Texas any longer.
And it was that was a big hit when I found out Ricochet was an Eagles fan. That was a bummer.
Oh, really?
That was a bummer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. That's how I feel about Nick Swardson. Jurassic Express have word to the Buck. Their opponents at Full Gear for $1 million. This should help. Jack Perry then stabs $100 with a knife. In our second of third men's Blood and Guts advantage matches, Darby Allin versus Daniel Garcia of the Death Riders, with the Death Riders in the lead 1-0. Mox immediately directs Garcia, his newest minion, to put him away. My move of the match is the finale. So, you guys have anything you want to talk about here?
I got a couple things I'll jump in with. First, when Garcia kicked the stairs into Darby Allin's head,
yes,
that looked like, I don't know how they set it up, but like that looked gross. Like, made a great noise. Like, that was absolutely fantastic. And then Darby Allin bites him and hits a big dive to start. Like, again, like they just keep doing this between like the extremely deep like rake into the back where you can see them break skin and biting. It's just so funny. I love it. I'm here for it.
And again, they're doing this on prime time too. Like they're doing it on cable during prime time. It's fantastic.
Yeah, why not? Now, I watched, but I didn't take notes. I didn't know we would be covering it or not. The finale, the final. So I'm going to let you take that one away.
Absolutely. Pac comes out of nowhere at the end here, clotheslines Darby Allin while the ref was distracted. Allin could barely move. Not like this. Darby dives in at the last second, preventing the count out. Garcia sets up for the sharpshooter and executes, but Darby rolls out of the sharpshooter and puts Garcia in the Scorpion Deathlock. Garcia taps out. Pac attacks again, but Orange Cassidy to the rescue. Yuta runs in. Where's my notes? I lost it here.
Just everyone else joins in. Kyle O'Reilly comes down. Moxley comes down. Just the classic. Oh, we're building up to it. Look at us looking at you, looking at us.
And I have feelings about Pac. More on that later.
You've already stated some of them, but I'd love to. I can't wait for more.
He was looking built at Blood and Guts.
He is scary. He's scary looking,
like a white Bobby Lashley.
FTR is in the ring. Cash Wheeler has the mic. They should have won the 4-way last week. They should be 3-time champions. They're being held back. Stokely is holding the door closed on Bandito or on Brodito because, of course. Stokely offers to watch The Wire with Renee. A man of great taste, a man of great taste.
You're a man of culture as well.
Yes. I believe we call that synergy. These properties on HBO Max. Cash and Dax shout out Bandito's family, of course, but they diss Abuelita. Don't diss Abuelita. And if we're talking Day of the Dead, you take the cake. FTR offered to adopt Abuelita. Dame un beso, right? They asked for the kiss. Fantastic.
Dude, and then I put it like this, that they burn noticed Stoke through the wall. I don't know if any of y'all were burn notice people, but in one of like the early episodes, it's like, oh yeah, people are smart enough to get a reinforced door, but not the wall next to it. And instead, he just shoots a guy in the leg through the wall. And that's just what I thought. It's like, oh, we locked the door. And Luchasaurus, Luchasaurus just reaches through the wall, just this big hand comes through.
It's
Sorry,
Brody King.
Brody King, sorry.
Yeah. You're just mixing up big guys. Big guys with beards.
We like just fans talking about Jurassic Express.
No, you're all good. You're all good. But Bandito's brother does attack, and Brodito finally gets to run in. In our first of one of 3 women's blood and guts advantage matches, Megan Bayne versus Mina Shirakawa. Tony joins us on commentary. Tony just throwing heat down the plate, 100 miles an hour, strike. She asks Excalibur if Excalibur will join her and comment on one of the orgies at her Los Angeles mansion. And then Tony says, "My wife, Mina Shirakawa." And then Tony Schiavone goes, "Oh, I guess congratulations are in order." And Tony just,
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. Oh, shut up.
We do have an update here. I know Jared is going to be so disappointed about this. Queen Aminata hurt her neck during the tag team match. Will unfortunately miss Blood and Guts. Tony, also the smell of Brian's new cologne, bloody hemp, she says. So Mina here is substituting for Queen Aminata, coming in to join Tony and the rest of the team for Blood and Guts. Oh my gosh. Again, another fantastic sequence here. And again, mine is all at the end. Did you guys have anything you want to say?
Megan Bayne hit 2 big moves.
Mm-hmm.
She did a fall away slam, holding her sideways, thrown over her head from the second rope.
Yes.
And she did a superplex.
Mm-hmm.
And then I only one thing from the end is how Tony kept commentating after it happened. We'll get there if Jared has any other moves to throw in.
No. For me, everything was about Tony.
It's always about Tony. It's always about Tony. After the break, Mina is having just a great sequence after pulling Megan's ankle and then doing a tornado over the rope. Mina suplex on the apron. Mina sling blade off the top rope, but Bayne kicks out after the pin. Shafir attacked Tony from behind. Where is security? Tony fights back. Running Liger bomb by Bayne. Pin to win. 1, 2, 3. Shafir swings into the ring while Ford looks on. Tony comes in with a chair to defend her partner. The Triangle of Madness slither in. The Babes and Jamie Hayter come in. Mercedes Moné, she doesn't want to deal with it, but Statlander does. And again, we get the same brouhaha on the women's side as well.
When Tony first got jumped, she still had her headset on. You'd be like, like sounded like a Batman cartoon. It was so funny. Like that's what I was alluding to before talking about her getting jumped. Like literally, you could hear like Batman sounds of her getting beat up on commentary.
Okay, while we're there, Blood and Guts, I was listening to Busted Open, and they were talking about how Tony kind of had like the Heath Ledger Joker. I thought it was more Cesar Romero from the Batman 1966 series. So our next and main event here on Dynamite on the 5th was main event Trios World Championship, the Ops versus Hangman Adam Page, Hook, and Eddie Kingston. These 2 New Yorkers with the cowboy. What is this? Some kind of movie? That was my first thought. Was just like, this feels like a buddy comedy. This like the Staten Island guy in a jean jacket and like ratty sweatpants, and then Hook is like the as Jared put it, the rent boy, and then the cowboy comes in.
You know, Taz, well-known New Yorker. I don't know if he stayed there, and maybe Hook's a proper New Yorker as well.
I think he's fighting out of Brooklyn.
Out of Brooklyn, like his pops.
Yes, Red Hook. I don't know if it's Red Hook specifically. Damn, Hangman, open a fish and chip shop because you are battering Shibata.
Boo.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I'll take it.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the end of this match. The recording cut out on HBO.
Stop, really?
Yes. Yeah, the recording cut out on HBO, so that's why I had to go to your YouTube, and that's why you had to go to YouTube or to the HBO.
Yeah, YouTube TV can fight me. They're lucky they gave me back ESPN, or we'd really be fighting.
What? I mean, that's a whole other podcast we can talk about.
We can. So I'll hit my stuff here real quick. Starts with a really cool strike exchange. I thought the biggest part of the match was really Hangman and Powerhouse going back and forth. Like Hangman tries to do a dive, Powerhouse catches him and slams him. Hangman later hits a big standing moonsault.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fight in the crowd, and Hobbs hits the world's strongest slam.
Yes.
Mark Henry's move off the stage through a table.
Jeez.
Now, the match actually ends here.
Mm.
Hook gets put in the torture rack.
Yep.
Again, like my just absolute favorite submission ever. Like, Pop Me Big back with Lex Luger back in the day. Like, absolutely fantastic.
Hell
You can
yeah.
do the pass out spot. You can do the in such agony.
Mm-hmm.
And Hook gives up, giving the Ops the win and retaining the title.
We do learn that Page and Hobbs will battle it out in a Falls Count Anywhere match from Greensboro, North Carolina, in between the Blood and Guts matches. Anything else from Dynamite you guys want to mention? There is one thing that I want to mention before we get to Collision, and that is The Farmer's Dog. It's a service that delivers gently cooked, freshly made pet food with balanced recipes guided by science and driven by love. It's human-grade dog food for your family's furriest members. Here's how it works. You build your plan. You simply tell them a little bit about your dog, and they'll create a plan with personalized portions to meet their unique nutritional and caloric needs. Try it out. To start, you'll get your first box with up to 2 weeks of freshly made food. If you and your dog love it, you're all set. You'll start receiving boxes of food automatically whenever you're running low. Free and flexible deliveries, nationwide shipping across the U.S., eco-friendly packaging, and around-the-clock customer service are all fabulous benefits you get with The Farmer's Dog. But if you order now through the link in our show description, you get 50% off your first box. Remember, if you use our link, linktr.ee/cshowpod. Again, click on the link in the description. It's probably easier. You're directly supporting the C Show. Now, let's talk about Collision here on The C Show. Saturday nights, all right for fighting. All right. Oh, yeah. We start off with a tag team match. The Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax the Axe Harwood. If you're not familiar, we're talking about Collision on November 8th. My move of the match here is Juice Robinson's double DDT. Incredible.
Juice hits a super sick, like big sunset flip.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was sick.
Absolutely.
I liked when Dax Hardwood picked up Stokely and threw him at Austin Gunn. I assume that happened. I didn't watch.
I was like, dude, did that happen?
No, I told you ahead of time that I didn't watch. That's pretty funny.
After Cash and Gunn tumble over the ropes, it's Bandito and his brother. Stoke angered them. Jet speeder on the ramp. Bandito with Cash. Gun cutter on the ropes, juiced flatliner, DDT pin to win on Dax Harwood. The Bang Bang Gang are now to face the winners of the tag team match at Full Gear. Backstage, Paquette talks to Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe to join the Callis family. The penis star is afraid of what could happen during a no DQ match. You know, you could hurt his very, very fragile skin. Have we not talked about this?
The Protostar?
Penis star! That's what I say every time. Because he looks like a penis.
He is relatively cocky.
Look, as a guy who used to shave his head, give it a rest. Look, you give it a rest.
As a guy who will soon be shaving his head. No.
All right, keep that same energy when that gets buzzed on down. Dickhead, go birds.
It's very vascular.
I mean, I already have the male pattern baldness, you know, so I'm not too worried. You know, speaking of not worried, Fletcher says the Callis family is the best thing to happen to him. Okada approaches, wishes Takeshita could be here to support him because they are the co-captains of the Callis family. After Full Gear, we will still be champions, and he proposes Protokada. Fletcher likes the sound of that. I think that could be dangerous, though. Okada and Kyle Fletcher together, they're already very cocky, very arrogant. You know, and they're good, too. They can back it up. They can talk the talk. They can walk the walk, you know?
To the moon, I'm in.
Absolutely. Speaking of To the Moon, we've got a TNT Championship match. Don Callis family's The Protostar, Kyle Fletcher, versus Bang Bang Gang's Ace Austin. This was a great match. When I watched it the first time in the hotel room in Iowa, I was blown away by it. And then watching it again, taking notes. Ace Austin, Kyle Fletcher and Ace Austin, both ceilings, maybe non-existent. There's a lot of things both of those guys can do. Ace Austin's whole gimmick with the cards, the playing cards, throwing that around, Gambit style, love it. He's from Atlantic City, love it.
A lot of really great moves in this match, man.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Fletcher catches and Ace Austin crossbody, turns it into a backbreaker, and in one move into a sit-out full Nelson slam.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Austin does like a dive over the ropes, but it's like a shooting star press, like from his feet, flip over the ropes to the outside. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, they both move so fluidly, so incredibly. Austin came to play. Fletcher catches Austin, tosses him into the corner. Fletcher counters the spear into a brainbuster, but it's Austin's turn to kick out of the pin. Fletcher brainbuster on the ropes, though, and Ace Austin is OUT out. Pin 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Chris Statlander has some words. Mercedes may have a lot over Chris, but Stat has focus and the AEW women's title. It's not something to scrawl on a cake or have some himbo prance around. I will follow you into blood and guts until you are focused on me. Your focus will be full, your vision will be clear, and it will make a difference. Statlander, long may she reign, please. John Moxley and the Death Riders, though, are backstage. Callis meets up with them. Fletcher in this high-stakes match. Callis is happy to think about what will happen at Blood and Guts. In Greensboro, we are leaving with 5 bodies in that cage. Whatever you do with Briscoe, we don't give a pish, Pac says. See, that's what I thought you were going to talk about, was Pac talking to Callis. He says, we don't give a pish. Callis offers anything you want if Briscoe is harmed at Blood and Guts. Mox reminds him, does it look like we need a favor from anyone? As we mentioned at the top of the show, this would have been the tag team match where Nixon Newell and Miranda Elise competed against Tay Mello, and Anna Jay. Fortunately, Hyann and Maya World are backstage. Listen, this is quick. The summary here from ringsidenews.com. Tay double team Maya. Hyann is tagged in. Mello is then tagged in. She hits a big pump kick on Hyann. Maya is then set to the floor as Anna and Tay double team Hyann, and Anna covers her for the win. That's the match.
Wait, did you not watch this either?
No, I watched it.
Oh, okay. I don't know why you were using someone else's thing.
That was the entire match. I'm just saying that was like very well summarized.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Tay Mello. I thought it was Fab Mello. And my move of the match was when he had a double-double against Seton Hall in 2012.
Marshmallow.
Anyone remember Fab Mello?
That is not in my brain palace. Or my mind palace.
Heard it. Yes, definitely heard it.
The last time Syracuse basketball was #1 in the country, he was their center, Fab Mello. Rest in peace, actually.
Really? R.I.P.
Yeah, passed away in Brazil.
In Brazil?
My buddy was his tutor at Syracuse. Said he was the dumbest man he's ever met in his life.
God damn it! I should have known this was coming back around somehow.
Hey,
I know it's not a biddy. They were just the worst.
Listen. He didn't come there to go. He didn't go to Syracuse to play school. You know what I mean? Backstage, Lexi Nair talks with Athena. Athena doesn't feel like the champion. Getting pinned against Harley Cameron really shattered Athena's reality. If Billy Starks could do the right thing, Monet could do the right thing, she wouldn't be in this predicament. Athena doesn't need any tools or a cage. I'm not going to do it for my minions. I have to do it for me. She's going to make Harley a puppet.
Did you catch, she said how many times she's been pinned in the last 5 years?
No.
She said that was only the 5th time she's been pinned in 5 years.
I believe it.
No, I believe it too. And again, she's good to see them willing to put that on the line, right? It really shows it means something.
Yes.
And it was just interesting to like bring up and set up and all. I thought that was really good.
I like Athena, and like I need to prioritize figuring out how to watch more Ring of Honor stuff, because it looks fantastic. You got the guy who fights against Bandito all the time, Mascara Dorada, right? It's fantastic. Ring of Honor. She's held that title for like 1,000 days already. Again, impressive stuff. speaking of impressive stuff, we have another women's blood and guts advantage match. It's the second match here. It's Jamie Hayter versus Triangle of Madness' Sky Blue. The Bane, Shafir, Monet Triangle of Madness team lead 1-0. Jamie Hayter, fantastic. Both phenomenal presence in this match, and then also blood and guts. Sky Blue, I mean, we're going to talk way more about that. Sky Blue really proved herself at blood and guts. I think my move of the match here is just trading pins and jabs, ending with dual headbutts. Hayter almost gets the auto pin from just being on top. Sky Blue is not happy with her running liger after Hayter kicks out. It's funny that she gets to call it a code blue.
Right, that is very funny. No, for me it was just the finish. Just Hayter hits this humongous lariat, the ripcord lariat or whatever you want to call it.
The Haterade.
Oh, I missed that. That's so fan. But just smokes her for the 1, 2, 3. And who would have guessed? We got to go to the third match. It's like they already planned out.
The Triangle of Madness come out to abuse Hayter. The Babes are here. The Babes of Wrath are here to help. Security floods in. Let them fight. Let's do it. It's Harley Cameron versus the Toxic Spider, Thekla. Again, we're tied 1-1 here. Harley goes wild on Thekla. My move of the match, shotgun dropkick by Harley with the crowd behind her. Just a great moment of the match. Thekla says to the camera, "This is blood and guts, baby." Ugh.
For me, it was when Harley bit Tekka's forehead and then motorboated her and then headbutted her all in one sequence on the ropes.
I love Harley so much.
I was just like, they're so unhinged. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thekla rising back up after Harley punches her down in the corner battle, is then attacked by biting Harley, failed swan dive by Cameron, running spear by Thekla into the pin, 1, 2, 3. The Triangle of Madness now has the advantage at blood and guts. We get 2 quick Lexi Nair interviews. Jet Speed, who will both be in the Casino Gauntlet for the National Championship. If it comes down to the 2 of them, may the best man win. The Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, the Acclaimed are never coming back. Again, if you're not familiar, Max Caster, Anthony Bowens used to wrestle together as the Acclaimed. They've been wrestling together recently, and now they have a match at the Tailgate Brawl before Full Gear. Who will they face? The numbers don't lie. When Max and Anthony work together, their merch does better, the ratings are better, everything is better. Don't shoot the messenger, Lexi Nair reminds them.
As they were leaving, Bones was like, cancel the match.
I love Max Caster is so funny because it's just like he fully gets that he's the butt of the joke. And Anthony obviously doesn't want to be the butt of the joke. No. But it works so fantastically. In our main event here, we have a third men's blood and guts advantage battle. The Death Riders, Moxley versus Paragons, Roderick Strong. It's tied 1-1. It's a slow start here. Moxley and Roderick doing a lot of arm stuff to start. Moxley and Roderick both have backgrounds in MMA, jiu-jitsu, traditional freestyle wrestling. I was trying to think. I don't have a move of the match here, Connor. What do you have?
I got a couple hell yeahs. It was one of those.
Hit me.
First, early on, Moxley gets thrown to the steps, but then he gets back body dropped twice onto the safety rail.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely brutal. Moxley hits a butterfly suplex where basically it's like Roderick Strong is like bent down. He basically like grabs his arms, almost looks like a pedigree, and like picks him up and suplexes him through. Mm-hmm. That was unbelievable. Yuta getting kicked out from ringside.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic.
Shout out Stephon Smith.
Fuck you, Yuta.
I do want to hit the armbar by Mox, the ref breaking it up after a quick count. And then there's a table on the outside. Roderick Strong almost goes through it. Pac too, but it's Daniel Garcia who ends up eating the table. Whose hand was keeping Mox out of the ring. The match ends in a count-out win for Roddy Strong. Pac gets tased. It was Darby with the taser under the ring. If AEW had a clue.
I'm pretty sure they called it a cattle prod too, which was so funny.
I think legally taser is like a trademark name.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Like Kleenex.
Yes.
Jacuzzi.
Ziploc. Another one. Another. I don't ever remember what that term is.
Velcro.
Is this the podcast now?
Yes.
I think this could be good.
I got about 9 more.
I think we could do numbers, just pointing shit out like
Pookie.
this.
Colin Warner.
What?
I'm just listing off Minnesota United players now and just doing Remember a Guy.
All right. While they're doing that, let me talk about how much I hate the Jets. No.
Okay, and that'll be a 4-part episode.
My life sucks.
Go Jets, baby! Honestly, this feels like a go home, right? This feels like the lead up to a pay-per-view. As we talk more about Blood and Guts, let's talk about what's at the movies.
Ooh.
Have you seen anything good at the movies lately, Jared?
I have. You know, people. I see it all.
Mhm.
At AMC, all movies are great.
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw most recently Predator Badlands.
Yes.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, this is like, I think the first Predator movie I've seen.
Okay.
I had nothing to do that day. I was already going to be in the mall to get a Nintendo Switch.
Can I hit you with a fun fact?
Hit it.
Dan Trachtenberg, director of Predator Badlands, Temple University alumni.
Oh, hell yeah.
Go Owls.
Let's go Owls.
I really enjoyed Predator Badlands. It was really good. And tomorrow I'm going to go see Hamnet. Because, we gotta keep it on the level intellectually.
Intellectually, absolutely.
A little Shakespeare.
A little
Predator.
A little fictionalization about Shakespeare's life. Connor, have you seen anything good at the movies lately?
Frankenstein.
Yes, we saw
So good.
Frankenstein a couple weeks ago. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, it was Frankenstein's monster.
Oh.
The whole time.
There's a great video of Oscar Isaac talking about getting directed by Guillermo del Toro on the set of Frankenstein, and Guillermo just going, con mucho jamón, which is, again, a ringing endorsement for going to see Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. It is on Netflix now, though, so you should go see it in theaters. You could also
using our code,
yes,
and our link.
You could
you
could also go see Edgar Wright's The Running Man. You could also see Die My Love, the new film featuring Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson, directed by Lynn Ramsey. You could also see Rental Family, Brendan Fraser. I really want to see that. That looks really cool. Listen, what if movies really aren't your thing? What if, again, you really like combat sports? You're already listening to a wrestling podcast. You can go see UFC 322 Della Maddalena versus Makachev at AMC. Remember, using this deal directly supports the show. Visit linktr.ee/cshowpod or click on the link in the description to access this deal on behalf of your friends at the C Show. T's and C's apply. Please make sure to read the fine print.
Oh, okay. We're done with the ad read?
Yeah.
Good. Don't go see the new movie. You can see her online.
Oh, did she hang in the movie?
No.
You just mean in general.
She plays a fierce, strong woman, which she has. Forget her. I'd speak up about something if I felt something. No, shut up. Stop it.
I also just love how this will be put out whenever I assume Wednesday. And
probably Monday or Tuesday.
Either way, that fight's tonight, so that's my favorite.
Oh.
I didn't realize that until I was like, those names haven't really. I'm like, oh, because they've been on my fucking ESPN every time I've opened up to see the college football score.
Welcome back to the C Show. We're talking Dynamite, Blood, and Guts. I want to say, before we get started, a little underwhelmed by the men.
Yeah.
Blown away by the women.
Yeah, I have one important note off the top.
Yeah.
It's that you were so wrong. You've never been so wrong. On the last recording, Charlie said, parents, if your kids want to watch, put on the women's and then put them to bed. And then the men's, because the men's is going to be gory.
Oh, I was so wrong.
You were I was watching it and thinking, oh, Charlie gave terrible advice.
No. Don't listen to me ever. Honest. Well, no. Listen to the podcast, but just like don't internalize what I say.
I was like, these
don't
women...
perceive me. I swear to God, if you perceive me.
Oh, I hear that all the time.
No, you're absolutely right. I have never been so happy to be so wrong.
I was like, God damn.
I mean, yeah. And okay, so getting back to my point, blown away by the women and cannot wait for this matchup between Hangman and Samoa Joe. Hangman and Samoa Joe at Full Gear. Yeah. I said that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
I thought you were going to say Hobbs, and I was like, yeah, all right. That was like a good palate cleanser.
But here we go. Blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and guts. They go right into it. Ladies first. I mean, oh my goodness. So for everybody who, if you missed it on the last episode, the way how this works is two wrestlers start out in side-by-side rings and steel cage over them. And then every few minutes, somebody else comes out from two teams. One team has an advantage. In this case, it's the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Thekla, with Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir, and Mercedes Moné. And then, again, facing off against Jamie Hayter, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, and the Timeless Love Bombs, Timeless, Toni Storm, and Mina Shirakawa. So we start off with Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. Sky comes out with the kendo stick, Willow with the trash can lid. Willow has the Warrior's braid ready to go. You said it, Jared. This match starts out early. Sky is busted open. Immediately. Almost immediately.
And it was a barbed wire kendo stick, right?
Yes, it was a barbed wire kendo stick.
That wasn't even what busted her open.
It was you're right.
They were just smacking her. Willow was just smacking her against the fence.
Well, it was when Willow set her up and did a power bomb where she slingshotted her off the ropes.
So good.
And then into the cage. That's when she got busted open.
I was sitting there and I'm like, power bomb onto the apron, and then she did the slingshot on from the ropes onto the fence, and I was like, oh my goodness.
I was 4 minutes in, like, oh, this is like pay-per-view quality immediately.
Yeah, busted open, big, like crimson mask.
Yeah. This is when Excalibur and Danielson also discussed the effects on blood loss on athletic performance. You're literally losing oxygen from your bloodstream. I wanted to ask you a little bit about this, Connor, from a athletic training perspective, from a coaching perspective. Like, how much does that actually affect, like, a blood loss to athletic performance?
Like, what they said makes total sense, for the most part. With football, it's either a couple cuts or some nosebleeds.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it makes total sense that especially like large blood loss like that, like, because again, like blood carries the oxygen around your body, less to move around, slower process, system isn't efficient. Like, it all makes sense. That definitely sounds like you wouldn't want to be bleeding big style when you have to be athletic. Absolutely not.
I got nothing. I'm not commenting on women's sports right now.
After Harley Cameron comes in to create to even the advantage here, after Julia Hart comes in, after a commercial break, the Triangle of Madness get their advantage back. It's the Toxic Spider. It's Thekla. Immediate flying crossbody by Thekla onto Willow. Thekla pulls her belt off. Who do you think you are? My grandpa?
Hold on, real quick. There was a point where the Triangle of Madness was digging around in the
turnbuckles.
Did they find what they were like? They couldn't find the plant, right?
I had it on earlier, and I thought they pulled out like they must. I thought they were going for like blades or something.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were pulling out like just some weapon or something. And I was like, did they miss? And Lid's like, I'm pretty sure they pulled something out, but they didn't like do any spot with anything they found. And if they were it was just gonna be blades. Like, you would put that you put that in your shit before you go out. Like, you're not going to be like, let me grab it live on TV in front of everyone. So I wasn't sure. I just wanted to ask real quick because Lyd and I disagree.
Yeah, no. I think it is what it is. It was a quick spot at the beginning.
Look, there's 8 turnbuckles. You don't know which is which.
Yeah, seriously.
It's in the front left. Oh, the front left 1, front left 2.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
hard cam side.
It's on one of the outer corners, so there's 4 of those. That makes it even more difficult. So,
I also do want to talk when Thekla was doing the belt whip. She belt whipped Willow, who did like a front flip sell off it, like she somersaulted her off. That was so awesome.
Gosh, Hayter comes out. Jamie Hayter comes out with a bag. We're like, what's in the bag? It's a bunch of tacks.
How did those tacks get exposed? Remember, she literally punches her, and the bag of tacks explodes everywhere.
She whipped her with the bag.
Oh my gosh!
Just knocks her in the face with the bag, and it explodes tacks everywhere.
Hayter sends Thekla into the tacks face first, and it's already time for the next competitor. It's Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford coming in with the chair. Bayne comes in with a huge kick immediately to Hayter, like just straight to the face. You would have no clue that Megan Bayne was in Japan less than 36 hours ago competing for Stardom. Incredible stuff. It's a huge flight. Like, I wanted to comment on that. Like, I've done Tokyo Narita to Detroit, which is like 17 hours. It's not fun. No me gusta.
International Dateline, dude. I worked 400 days that year.
Bayne hits the scoop slam onto the lid, and finally, it's time for Statlander. She comes out with a pool cue. It's classic. Cracked across Megan Bayne. Statlander, Death Valley Driver, and the Vader Bomb before Aminata and Ford face off on the ramp.
Right before Mercedes comes out, you can see that they're setting up for Megan Bayne to get the hell power bombed out of her, and they just miss the shot. They cut away to look at something else, and you hear the thwack, and they just miss the shot.
I was about to say, Excalibur says, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and goes to a commercial break. Where am I going to go, Excalibur? I don't want to go anywhere. I don't even, I probably had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, I'm not. I can't. I'm like, we got to watch this. After that break, though, Harley and Bayne are fighting on the tower. Crossbody by Cameron. Oh my God, there are still tacks everywhere. It is now Alto Monet time. CEO. She comes out to Harris immediately on Statlander. Stat puts the strap in the middle. Monet turns it around and puts Stat's face on the belt.
She then leaves and just starts throwing all of her belts, which are at ringside on a table protected by security. Just starts throwing all her different belts into the ring for weapons.
Shivani laments, "This is what the women's division has come to. Blood feuds. And we love it."
Mercedes, she was lollygagging it.
Oh, absolutely.
She was like, I'm here for me, and yada la la la.
And I love that for her, right? She wants to keep herself fresh to face off against Statlander. But Statlander's in it for the love of the game. She just wants to be brutal. Mina comes in with the barbed wire bat. We still have Shafir and Tony. Mina with the rope work, assist by Stat, taking out the Sisters of Sin. My goodness. Shafir comes in. Marina Shafir really proved herself during Blood and Guts. Sky Blue, Marina Shafir, incredible work they both put in. She comes in. She is a problem. Comes in through the crowd, classic Death Rider. Shafir pulls out the bed of nails and takes Statlander out of the cage and throws Statlander onto the bed of nails. The audio cuts out. Incredible.
I did notice then, because she was on the outside with Statlander doing that, and then she was wearing boots for that, then took them off before she went into the ring, which I think is funny for a spot she does later here that we'll talk about.
Oh, indeed. Shafir, no socks, no shoes, no socks. Tack still in the ring. Tony Storm coming. The cages are finally locked shut. Submission or surrender. The two freshest women face off. No pearl clutching, just unparalleled levels of violence. Tony broke the champagne bottle that Monet brought in, using the broken glass around her fist. After a break, Hayter powerbombs Sky Blue off of the cage onto the table.
Slammed
there's
her
a table.
slammed her the long way on it, and it didn't break.
The long way.
It doesn't break. So then she jumps up and then drops an elbow on it, and it still doesn't break.
Oh my gosh. Harley and her puppet Monet took it off, but there were brass knuckles under the puppet. Feel the wrath. Hart and Thekla are slipping through the truss. What are they doing? Julia wants.
You're just gonna skip over where Tony and Monet kiss?
I missed that, dude.
Oh, you missed that? Oh, yeah, they were kissing.
Oh, Mercedes kissing Tony before the moneymaker. Yep. I see that now.
They were crawling through the truss, though.
Yes, they were crawling through the truss. That was crazy. Julia wants the ref. Thekla lining up. Spear on the ref. Hayter tumbles out. Cameron and Statlander are next. Cameron's boobs tumbling like that lady in Airplane, 1977.
What a movie.
That's for you.
Were they boob and boobily?
Oh, boobily.
Funniest movie of all time. Fight me.
No. Thekla double spear on Hayter and Cameron. Statlander Samoan drop to the table of all of Monet's title. Hart relocks the door of the cage. Tony dumps out the glass dust. DDT on the glass by the Timeless Love Bombs. Shafir has the glass in her forehead. Tony has a mirror. Oh my God. Tony shows the mirror to Marina Shafir. And as Tony is lining up for an attack on the mirror, Shafir throws the mirror into Tony. Willow hits a superplex on Bane. Shirakawa with the barbed wire bat on Bane's knee. Figure four with the barbed wire bat. I mean, we're just everything is a hell yeah at this point.
So and this is what I was talking about earlier. So like I said before, Mir took off her boots. So she comes in, and after Mina puts this figure four on, stomps into the glass and like digs it into her own foot to stomp the hell out of Mina, like glass in her own foot just to make the stomp hurt worse.
The triangle forces Tony to watch Bane torture Mina Shirakawa with the TBS title. Tony surrenders. Tony then attacks Shafir, and the triangle attacks. They took the Timeless Love Bombs allies out, then tore them apart. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, pay-per-view level match during the week. Again, a week and a half before a pay-per-view. It's just so incredible. And like the whole match, not only the level of violence, but also the storytelling within the match. I think having this this moment of struggle of the Timeless Love Bombs and forcing Tony to surrender, I think it adds again, it just shows the domination of the Triangle of Madness of Megan Bane, Shafir. Again, Sky Blue and Marina Shafir both blew me away. Sky Blue, easily the MVP of the match. Marina Shafir, I mean, I think people were talking about it on Reddit, but like her going from being a mid-card talent on the literally AEWC show Rampage to who she is now for the Death Riders, I think it's phenomenal, and I really want to see more from her now. She's just a phenomenal talent.
Yeah, that was a crazy ass match. Going through the tresses, what the you can't do that in men's.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely not. Like, it's just straight up. I couldn't do that. No.
Well, none of us here can fit through.
Just because we're claustrophobic. Just because we're claustrophobic. Just because.
When I was a little bit more live, even I couldn't. But yes.
No, he was too broad-shouldered.
What can I say?
Too manly.
He's broad as fuck.
Do you guys have anything else you want to say?
It's just so much.
I know.
Like I'll go through one or two. Harley Cameron run in. Mm-hmm. She's what the third person in. She just immediately launches a chair.
Yes.
She's just like, I have this. It's a projectile. She throws it onto the next thing. Mm-hmm. Crazy. And I love every time, and I've seen it happen before. When Willow Nightingale gets the Brody King barks mm-hmm. in. Fantastic.
Excellent stuff.
And more respect to the brass knuckles under the hand puppet.
Under the hand puppet.
That is so funny.
I loved that so much. And then the mirror spot with with Shafir throwing it into Tony. I mean, Tony is not only like one of the best like wrestlers, but she's also willing to do stuff like that, where it's just like, yeah, we're gonna raise this up another level. Awesome stuff. In between the women's match and the Falls Count Anywhere match that we have between Hangman Adam Page and Powerhouse Hobbs, the Callis family attacks Jurassic Express. Okada brings out the Young Bucks to see the damage. Callis suggests that the Bucks can send a message to Kenny Omega next week. Decision time, Okada reminds them. Next up, we've got a Falls Count Anywhere. Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs, the pride of Aarons Creek, Virginia. Hangman Adam Page. They immediately just, Hobbs rips off the turnbuckle cover. When in Rome, Hangman thinks. And then when Hangman nearly puts Hobbs into the turnbuckle, but Hobbs reverses it, Hangman putting the brakes on quickly. I think the other move of the match that I have here is Hobbs slamming Hangman into the turnbuckle before dropping him in the middle of the ring. Do you guys have any moves you want to talk about?
First, I want to talk about how Hobbs almost fell through the announce table when he stepped in the hole where all the wires and all go. That could have been so bad. I'm pretty sure that happened to someone in WWE like forever ago. For a second, I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was hoping that he didn't like break his ankle or anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, thank goodness he was fine. For me, it's them fighting into the crowd. Hangman grabs a beer and drinks it, and then does a moonsault off the railing.
Perfect.
Hobbs does a spine buster through a table, and then, as I must point out, drops the straps.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I won't go any further because then I just get into the finish. So, but you got anything else you want to throw in here?
I have one thing, and it's towards the finish, but it has nothing to do with actually either of the wrestlers. It was my move of the match. This is entirely on the crowd. There was a moment where Hobbs was dragging Hangman up further and further, leading to the, we'll get to that. There was, as he was pulling him through an aisle, there was a wife pulling her husband back with increasing anxiety that the husband would, approach. She was like, I'm getting the hell out of the way, and I've got to drag my husband out because he's going to want to stay here. And it was so funny.
Dudes rock.
Dudes be rocking.
Because this woman was just pulling him away from it. Further, every step, she was like, more. and shout out to that couple. That was very funny.
Well, I think, if you're getting seats up there, you're not expecting the action to go up that way.
Absolutely not.
That man must have been drunk. She was like, oh my God, he will hit him.
Yeah, this is, again, up in on the overhang. Hangman gets a running start down the steps with the boot, sending Hobbs through the table in the production area. Sparks flying. Not the first time tonight. Pin to win, 1, 2, 3, cowboy shit. The AEW Men's World Champion, Hangman Adam Page. Shibata attacks Hangman on the way back to the ring. Joe in the ring with a chair already. They bring the cage down. Is Hangman going to be trapped down there with the ops? Eddie and Hook are here to help. Eddie just smacking a chair against his head for fun. Did you see that?
I did peep that.
Oh my gosh. Hangman reminds us, all you had to do was ask, you dumbass. At Full Gear, leave Shibata at home and Hobbs in the hospital. At Full Gear, Samoa Joe versus the Hangman in a steel cage. God damn it, says Joe. I cannot wait for this. It's a rematch from Wrestle Dream. I love a rematch, honestly. There's a part of me where I think there's going to be shenanigans in some capacity. Joe takes the title somehow.
Maybe.
I think it could happen.
It could.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see here. FTR and Ricky Steamboat. Tony Schiavone introduces a true legend, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I do want to say he's 72. He looks incredible for 72. I think, though, we're going to mention that while you may look great for 72, maybe not all the pistons are firing. Ricky tries to start a story, but FTR interrupts. Stoke gets on the mic after Dax gets a shout out from the Dragon. Ricky mocks Stoke's height, though. Stoke does ask Ricky to invite Macho Man. He hasn't seen him in a minute on TikTok. The Machoverse guy on TikTok and Instagram who like cosplays as Macho Man and has like the approved Macho Man cosplayer is like the premier Macho Man impersonator. People think that's who Stoke was referencing. Was that guy? Because there's a really funny clip of like it's the guy dressed up as Macho Man and then another guy dressed up as Dusty Rhodes, and they walk up to Paul Heyman, and Heyman's like, you know, both of those guys are dead, right? Like Cash finally gets the mic in 2022. Ricky picked FTR to be in his last match. 13 years ago, Dax learned nothing. Now that I think about it, I don't think you've said an intelligent thing in your life. Ricky warns your attitude is in the toilet. FTR attacks Ricky as he leaves the ring. This is elder abuse, but it's Brodito to the rescue. I would shit a brick wall, not just bricks, an entire brick wall with mortar and like all perfectly done if I saw Brody King running to come kick my ass. 21 plex on Cash. Ricky with his own moves. Let's go. Stoke pulls Dax out of the ring. Again, phenomenal little segment there.
Fun.
Hell yeah.
Little fun.
I don't understand the 21 plex, but that's beside the point.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's wrestling. It's wrestling. Speaking of which, it's the men's blood and guts match. We've got Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, and the conglomeration of Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Death Riders of Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, and Pac. We start off here with Allin and Wheeler Yuta. Why doesn't Moxley start? Because he's a bitch and Yuta will do whatever he tells him. Moxley needs to be broken for him to grow. The other note that I have is, Jesus, if Wheeler groomed himself, he might actually be attractive. He looks like a caveman.
I like it.
Or like, have you guys ever seen that picture of the Pirate Bay admin who looks like Shaggy?
No, I've not seen that. No.
He like, I'm gonna show you this picture. It's
all right. While you're doing that, it starts off hot. Yuta walks out and just a huge drop kick by Darby Allin. Darby Allin climbs the truss, hits a coffin drop, and then it's time for the tacked up skateboard. Darby Allin brought the skateboard. It's got tacks on it right off Wheeler's dome.
It's a low blow by Yuta after he realizes he's busted open. And again, the conglomeration and Strong have the advantage here. It's freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. He's got a backpack. What's in the backpack? Oh, there's a chain in the backpack after the freshly squeezed DDT. Darby, again, with a skateboard off the turnbuckle on Yuta's back. Cassidy starts choking out Yuta as Garcia comes in. Boo, Danny Garcia. The Death Riders get to use the chain as a clothesline. And it's only going to get worse from here, folks. Mark Briscoe's music plays, but where is Mark? What's going on in the back? Paquette reporting in. Paragon come in. Roderick Strong offers to come in for an apparently injured Mark Briscoe. Roderick Strong now enters. And yes.
Hit some sick backbreakers, some underhook backbreakers on Yuta to start. I was like, all right, hell yeah, let's cook.
He lines up the Death Riders for a cutter, making Yuta and Garcia kiss. Roddy Strong grabs a chair as another rider enters. It's Claudio Castagnoli. Again, a scary strong man. Immediately intercepts Roddy and Allin. OC tries to choke him, but he starts giant swinging them around. Claudio presses Allin, sends him flying over the second ring. I thought Darby Allin was dead there. Garcia mockingly stretching Allin, and Kyle O'Reilly comes out. In Excalibur's words, it's violence unlimited in the ring.
O'Reilly hits this really nice tornado DDT on Claudio, and then continues to like hold it for a choke, which I thought was super cool. I'd never seen that before. I'm sure it's been done. I just thought that was sick.
We have Pandemonium in the ring, and it's finally time for Moxley. We still have Pac to go. And, of course, Moxley brings out a fork, attacking Paragon. Mox counters the coffin drop with the shiv, raking his back with the fork on Allen, getting Garcia in on it now.
And then he tosses Darby outside the ring, but he like hits the cage and kind of gets stuck, and his legs were sticking up. I just put cartoon style legs sticking straight up.
That also happened to Roderick Strong, I think, later.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that when I saw the Darby out.
It happened to somebody else as well.
In the women, that happened, and they felt folded in half.
Oh yeah. I think Sky Blue did that. That was funny. Paquette, it does confirm that Briscoe was attacked by the Callis family. A permanent 5-4 advantage for the Death Riders. Come on, Tony Khan. Can't you get somebody to help out here? Garcia and Mox tombstone piledriver on the glass, and then they drag him around in it. After a break, Allen is playing Monkey, and the coffin drop from the ceiling. Pac finally comes out while Mox and the refs are colluding. Pac throws Cassidy around like a rag doll. Is this the part where you were like scared of him?
I mean, Pac is so bulging and vascular in his muscles. that man looks a little geared up.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
That man looks 2 or 3 appearances away from pulling a Benoit. That man.
I think they've got him on some mood stabilizers.
That man out here looking like the albino rhino. He looks like a triangle. Like, I'm not saying he skips leg day, but I'm saying his pecs and shoulders are comically large. You look like you could spin him like a dreidel.
So topical. Where were we?
Here comes Briscoe, baby.
Limping out. The medical staff trying to stop him, but they just go, okay, whatever. He has his own bolt cutters, his own key. Briscoe is a bolt of energy the conglomeration needed. Briscoe wants to send somebody through a table, whether it's Yuta or Garcia. He's going all the way up to the top. And it's Briscoe and Yuta on top of the cage, which is crazy. Kyle O'Reilly sending the chairs up to the top.
Yeah, he had a carabiner, and they're like, "What is that?" I think it's a carabiner, and then he's pulling the chairs up. Like,
a pulley
again,
system.
Another very like old cartoon. Like, ooh, when I get what's on the other side of this road,
oh, he's not going to be able to get it up through there.
Oh yeah, I got stuck near the top. He's like, I don't think they're getting up there. He
must have thought he put it through.
And he just yanked
the dress.
He just yanked the dog shit out of it and kept swinging up.
But they Yuta and Briscoe end up dueling with the chairs.
Chair fencing.
Jay Driller on the top of the cage by Briscoe, and Gabe King comes running in. Remember from the New Jersey Pro Wrestling debacle? Gabe King had the stun gun, and taking Darby Allin, Moxley staples Cassidy's hand into his fucking pockets.
Why did he put his hands in the pockets in the first place?
Well, that's the whole bit, Orange Cassidy.
He does do that.
When he gets all serious, he puts his hands in his pockets, and then sloth style.
It's Gabe Kidd.
Gabe Kidd.
I was gonna say
it is Gabe Kidd in my notes.
Okay,
but I was gonna say
I wasn't sure, so I just Googled it. And it's
Gabe Kidd from New Jersey Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, I like that Briscoe got hit in the nuts and then was all of a sudden like, "Whoa, I'm drunk. I can't walk at all."
Well, Briscoe has to really protect those, just in case he wants to make another one.
another Briscoe.
Another Briscoe. Again, Kidd sprays lighter fluid onto 2 tables. Pac has Darby on top of the entrance. Allen through the flaming tables. Kyle O'Reilly with the middle finger for Mox. Bad Claudio, don't put his neck in the chair. Cassidy gets back up, unstaples his hand. Briscoe and Pac through the table. Fisherman suplex by Briscoe. Claudio pops up OC, but he comes down with the fist. There are no breaks, only submission or surrender. Kyle O'Reilly gets the ankle lock on Mox. Mox counters, but then Kyle O'Reilly armbar, another ankle lock, knee bar. Mox won't tap out. He taps out. He taps out on the broken glass. Darby Allin, Roderick Strong, and the conglomeration, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly win. The Riders lick their wounds. A brutal battle is finally over. They are way further back than they wanted to be.
Darby Allin somewhere. Wait, we won? The fuck?
Well, like the flaming table spot, and like immediately, like dude's not wearing a shirt or anything, so he's just got like lighter fluid on his back.
Yeah,
and
you could see he was still on fire as he was
a little
rolling
bit.
away.
Yeah, as he was
still
stopped
not
dropping
crazy
and
style,
rolling.
but again, any amount of on fire is too much on fire for me.
In-
I'm not afraid to say it.
Indeed. I agree with that.
True.
That's a very true statement right there.
We here at the C Show do not encourage you to set yourself on fire.
But stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and
literally
roll.
just stop, drop, roll. They teach you in kindergarten for a reason.
Blood and guts, gentlemen.
Fantastic.
Bloody and gutsy.
When we used to cover WWE, I'd always joke about when they give you a pay-per-view level match for free, and there'd always be some like bullshit or some crazy ending or some smosh.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was a pay-per-view on a Wednesday night, 2.5 hours.
Yes.
Action packed, all stipulations, move the story along. Like this was fantastic.
Yeah, like a couple episodes ago, we were literally like, "Thank you, Tony Khan. This is incredible." Again, thank you, Tony Khan. This is incredible.
The men were so uncreative; they had to use the leftover of the women's broken glass.
Yeah,
and mirror. They had to use it to make it even remotely as gory. They were like, "Well, we'll just steal what they were using."
I may have rewatched the women's blood and guts match twice already. Because it's just that good. Just like put it on in the background. You come in at any point, it's gonna be good. It's awesome. Real quick, I do want to mention this. This is again a 2.5 hour show, 3 matches. The women's blood and guts match, 46 minutes. Hangman and Hobbs, 14 minutes, and then the men's blood and guts match, 54 minutes, almost a full hour. So incredible stuff. You're getting your bang for your buck here with AEW. Listen, speaking of bang for your buck, we've got a full gear preview for you next here. But stay tuned here on The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show. We've got your full gear preview here before Thanksgiving. Chow down with in the tailgate brawl, Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall with Big Justice versus RPG Vice of Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta in a tag team match. I love my Costco guys. Double chunk chocolate cookie. So again, Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. We need that.
Do either of you have a Costco membership?
Yeah.
No.
I would like to get a hot dog and a soda. I've never had one. Everyone's like, it's the thing.
I
would like that in a chicken bake.
You don't need a membership to go to the food court.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, we can go. I'll get you.
Road trip.
Chicken bake used to be better, but it's still pretty good.
One
Only
time,
3 big booms. Boom, boom, boom.
One time I had a the vanilla or the frozen yogurt, the chocolate vanilla frozen yogurt before going to crew practice, and then my coach was like, "We're doing a 10K today, just 10,000 meters on a rowing machine."
And the old smoothie was better, but now they have Coke products, so that's nice.
That's nice.
Costco's my happy place.
Speaking of things that are
deals.
Nice, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens versus TBA. No, that's not a name of a tag team. That's just to be announced. I think this is really interesting what they're doing with Bowens and Caster after their breakup, putting them back together, making stuff happen. See what happens.
They're gonna fight each. That's gonna be the bit. They're just gonna fight each other for
just
this.
gonna fight each other.
That's why they didn't even pretend to put a tag team in there.
They're gonna pull the frat house out or something. So far, in the first televised match will be Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné in a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. This is the first defense for Chris Statlander.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes,
that sounds right.
in on a pay-per-view versus Monet. Ulta Monet, will she add another title to her collection?
I really hope Statlander wins. I think that would be some really good. I think that would be good on multiple levels.
I think Statlander keeps it.
I need Statlander to keep it. Next up, we've got Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage match for the AEW Men's World Championship. Like I said earlier, I think Samoa Joe could steal this, but also Hangman could definitely pull through. Again, it's in a steel cage, so there can't be any shenanigans from the ops, but could there be? Could there be?
There's no roof on that bad boy.
Oh.
You can still fit a lot of spaghetti in there, though.
We've also got Brodito versus FTR for the AEW World Tag Team, the AEW Men's World Tag Team Championship. I think everybody here in this room wants Brodito to keep it. FTR, fantastic heels. The winner of this match faces off against the Bang Bang Gang. Interested to see if Brodito retain and go against the Bang Bang Gang or FTR.
I'm terrified. I know Bandito and Brody King are a little beat up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm scared. I know they both have some injuries and they need, a little care.
Yeah.
I think it's Mustache Dax time.
Interesting. We'll see. We've also got Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Will Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express overcome the Young Bucks and the Callis family to win $1 million, or will the Young Bucks win $1 million, join the Callis family, and go to the casino?
All on red, baby.
$2 million.
Before we talk about speaking of the casino, we've got the Casino Gauntlet. This will be a Casino Gauntlet match for the inaugural AEW National Championship. The announced entrants so far include Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Ricochet, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey. So a Gauntlet match is it's a series of matches very quickly, one after another. An example of this from Wikipedia is from the September 23rd, 1999 episode of SmackDown, where Triple H, being punished by Vince McMahon for his actions against him and the McMahon family, was booked in 5 gimmick matches in one night: a chokeslam challenge match, a match where the first to chokeslam their opponent wins against the Big Show, a handicap casket match against Viscera and Mideon, an Inferno match against Kane, a Boiler Room Brawl against Mankind, and a Brahma Bull Rope match against The Rock. The Casino Gauntlet match is a modified gauntlet match featuring a maximum of 21 participants. The match starts with 2 wrestlers in the ring and new entrants enter at randomly timed intervals. The match may end at any time by pinfall or submission, even if not all 21 participants have taken part in the match. Now, again, this is for the national title. The championship is inspired by the NWA National Heavyweight Championship, which originally served as the top title of the Georgia Championship Wrestling organization under the National Wrestling Alliance. However, Georgia Champion Wrestling is not WCW, what would eventually become WCW. WCW was something else entirely. It was overtaken. WCW ends up taking over GCW after Black Sunday. GCW is the main promotion that's affected by Black Sunday, the night where Vince McMahon purchased their time slot on TBS and started taking over the South. So again, the NWA National Heavyweight title was last appeared on TBS in 1986 when it was unified with the Mid-Atlantic version of the NWA United States Heavyweight Championship, now the WWE United States Championship, with Wahoo McDaniel recognized as the final title holder. However, the NWA later reactivated the national title in 1997. There's controversies abound. The initial holder, Austin Idol, took issue with the idea that the title hasn't existed since 1986. Again, it was revised earlier, as mentioned, in 1997. The current title holder, Mike Mondo, went to Twitter and said, quote, "Let me be clear. There is only one NWA, and there is only one prestigious national championship that holds legit lineage and has for decades. So to Tony Khan, or to anyone else confused, here's the legit title with the company it belongs to and the legit national championship. My name is Mike Mondo. Interestingly enough, in the last 24 hours since I put this all together, it was revealed that Tony Khan did have a meeting with Billy Corgan. Yes, Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, who owns the NWA. Apparently, all is simpatico. All is copacetic between them. So this just seems to be some sort of misunderstanding from Austin Idol and Mike Mondo, but an interesting ripple nonetheless. Some previous title holders include Jack Briscoe, Tommy Rich, who held it multiple times, Paul, Mr. Wonderful, Orndorff, Ted DiBiase, Dusty Rhodes, Tully Blanchard, Nikita Koloff was the last title holder before it was retired, and Stevie Richards and Colt Cabana both held the title at various points after its revival. So I think this is going to be a great match. You know, we've already got some phenomenal talent announced. I think we'll also see some folks probably from Ring of Honor, maybe some folks who we've seen from in and around the AEW programming. Any thoughts from you guys?
It's always nice to put another title on TV, right? To let more people get some shine.
Yes.
Right. Again, it just elevates storylines whenever it's for a title. And I've never watched a Casino Gauntlet, so I'm excited to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Casino Gauntlet, but also I'm excited from what I've read. The national championship is made to bounce around a little bit more than the other championships, and I love that. I'd love to see it go to the New Japan or CMLL, and I think that's a really cool idea to play fair and give good interplay between the different organizations.
I just like a mid-card title, I like the idea of it. Speaking of things that we like, we've got Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis versus Mark Briscoe in a no disqualification match for the AEW TNT Championship. This is the 7th match in this series, and if Briscoe loses, he will be forced to join the Don Callis family. Potentially a dangerous proposition for Briscoe.
Let's get so off the walls here, like actual pay-per-view, not even worried about TV cable stuff. Like you said, they've gone at it before. Like, let's get wild. Like, let Briscoe do like the indies crazy stuff he was doing before.
Yeah, absolutely. Like CZW adjacent stuff, basically. I would love to see that. And I think Fletcher's game for it too. That's the fun part, is like Fletcher is game for the highly technical stuff, the like New Japan style of wrestling, but he's also down to brawl with Briscoe in the trenches. So I really enjoy.
No comment. If I make the comment, you're just going to edit it out anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of awesome stuff going on in AEW. I'm really excited for Full Gear presented by DC. I don't know if I told you guys, but I got Absolute Batman volumes 1 through 6.
Oh, hell yeah.
Collected in a little trade paperback. I think it's in my bedroom. But, folks, we talked about it recently. Absolute Batman totally rocks. He did the One-Winged Angel on some Nazis.
Hell yeah, brother.
Love that. But listen, we'll be back here, talk more about wrestling, all of that stuff. You guys have any final thoughts for our listening audience? They've been with us for so long already.
This is the time. Get into it. This is taking off. Buy in now.
AEW rocks.
We're the best wrestling. As some people from a previous life would tell us, you got to get in where you fit in. Here on The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with your friends. Support the show directly at ko-fi.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube at cshowpod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. it's better than my music teacher in Japan who had her boyfriend come out to teach us about beatboxing.
That's sick.
It
Yeah,
was
it's great.
interesting. It was interesting.
I knew
Hit us with some.
I knew a professional beatbox.
It was. I don't remember. It was 2004.
I knew a guy he was an Orthodox Jew
Mm-hmm.
and a beatboxer. He made it to the second round of America's Got Talent. Josh Levinson. He went by the Orthobox.
God damn it.
Dude's fucking good. You can look him up.
All right, we do not have time to Google this. Right
No,
now.
no, we're
Let's
not
go
gonna-
through these
At
14
home.
matches.
At home.